Hey fishers, rain. How good's this? We need it like a whole head, but anyway, don't much matter. Look, seriously, we're getting some pretty good reports. Uh, Always start off down at Dartmouth because I get a lot of reports from there. Even the locals from Wagga go down to Dartmouth. It's a nice dam to fish. It is fishing all right, very consistent at the moment. One of the best techniques is the little gudgeons, catching the little gudgeons, putting them under a bubble float or under a split shot, chucking them out, letting them drift around, getting some very good trout doing that. Flatline trolling, just as good, I can tell you now, or flicking soft plastics into the timber. Pretty sweet. If you want to catch those little gudgeons, shrimp trap with a bit of bread in it will cover the options pretty well. So, yeah, not bad. Getting some great reports from the Hume Weir, seriously. I just cannot believe how good that place has been. Not everyone's going to go out and get a bag of fish, but most people should get a few fish, especially when it comes to redfin. And some of the reddies are 30 to 40, 42 centimetre. They're really good quality fish. I mean, I'd forget every other fish while the reddies are that size. I go and chase them, the best eating fish you'll get. Some people will disagree, but I don't care. It's absolutely amazing, that bit of water at the moment. It's been nearly 2 years now. A few trout getting caught. They seem to be getting a few bigger ones, a few 60s, 65s. Not getting big numbers, but we're starting to get into that time now. And a few smaller fish. Yellow belly are moving a bit around the trees, black grubs, that sort of thing. Blades. I mean, there's a lot of different techniques. Even fishing off the bank for a bit of bait, you'll probably catch a few out of the Hume Weir. The river below, too high. Right at the base of the weir, there's a few trout moving, but there's a fair bit of water coming out, so you're going to do it hard there, but downstream, not much, too high, not worth worrying about. Murrumbidgee River, no, pretty ordinary. It's up and down like a flaming yo-yo, dirty as anything, but don't overlook it. Especially Old Man Creek, there's some little backwaters and that, you might pick up a few yellowbelly if you're bait fishing. Lake Albert, certainly worth a try at the moment, I can assure you of that. You get a few yellows out of it. When it warms up more, it's going to be blinding, I can tell you now. Chermit River opens on the long weekend in October. What, we only got, a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks or something to go. Don't quote me on the time, but my goodness gracious me, it's going to be brilliant. Whether it's high or low, it doesn't matter. If it's still running high and all the creeks are running in, from the junction up to the dam wall will be good. From the junction down, it'll probably be too dirty. Unless you're going to drift a worm, you probably do okay. Blowering Dam, happy days. Getting some nice reddies out of there as well. Some nice cod off the bank with bait. A few on the troll. The boys casting are catching a few, but they're not telling me a lot. But I tell you now, the blokes trolling are doing okay. Not a lot of meteries on the troll, but a lot of 70s, 80s, that sort of thing. And a few yellows starting to move. The yellows are up in the shallows, around Yellow and Bay, that area. Little shallow running mini minnows will do the job nicely. Parrot colours, that sort of thing, will cover it real well. So just keep that one in mind. Anywhere there's a few frogs croaking around the bank, if you troll past that, you've got half a chance. It's looking good. Talbingo, how good is that place at the moment? The last 12 months, I reckon, it's been pretty special. A lot of people getting some really good quality fish and getting their fair share of trout as well. Getting a few good redfin out of it, it's not a problem. Trolling, flatline, leadline. Leadline seems to be consistent if it's glassy calm. Yucca bean, ginderbine, great. Getting some amazing catches out of there. Fishing off the bank's been a little bit quieter, but trolling in sort of 1.5 metres, 2 metres, up to 3 metres of water seems to be quite productive at the moment. Windermere, I'll throw a few into that one. A lot of yellows getting caught there. It's been really good, right up near close to the bank. Flicking blades, plastics, doesn't seem to matter what. And if you're a bait fisherman, you'll catch plenty on bait. Wyangler and Burrinjuck, a little bit of colour in the water there. They're not as good as I'd expect this time of year, but because of all the water running into them, they're sort of playing havoc with it a little bit, but they will fire up, I can assure you. They're getting a few fish out of Wyangler at the moment, trolling with big 2-ounce spinnerbaits. It's not bad, a few cod that is, but it's probably not a great idea to target cod. Definitely not a great idea because it is closed season for cod, don't forget that. Don't forget, Blowering, you can chase cod, no problem at all, but anywhere else, closed season, so just remember that. Unless you go up to Copeton, you can chase a few cod up there, or down to Eildon in Victoria, you can chase them down there. But look, we got more fish to catch. You don't have to chase cod all the time. There is a lot of good fish around at the moment, so keep that one in mind. This is a complete Angler's Fishing Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.